During that period, it's not that girls would not, like
the other girl, she was sending the messages on Facebook. And then when I took up the chat to start chatting, you are now asking, is your wife not there? So the wife is there. And by this time of the night, he is supposed to be with the wife. But you're sending messages. And I am responding. You didn't even know it was a wife that was responding to your messages.
So...
Because I'm still telling you that you have to do a proposal. You see...
I know now. Am I going to do it twice?
You didn't do that.
Blinding lights, lost in your eyes, feeling the pressure. You and I, spending the night, chasing forever. For you, oh no.
Let me ask you some questions. One, when did I leave Nigeria? I left Nigeria
2023 December.
And you arrived here in March, right?
I arrived March.
So the question is, how was your experience I know normally we've always been doing long distance relationship, right? We've been off and on, maybe visiting after like 1 week. What's 1 week? 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months. But this was like the first time we were a year. That was like 15 months. So how was the experience when you were back home?
So it was challenging, it was tough. I won't say it was easy going because considering the number of months, like it wasn't easy doing everything by myself. At some points when you need the help and there's nobody to help, and the most challenging period was the time of my dad's burial, February. I had to run around alone, and at some point, even that day of the burial, I will be like, child, when things go off side, I will say, child, had it been that my wife was here, at least she would have advised me on this and that. But it was challenging, As a man, there are things that you need to avoid. Those long distance relationship, I know to some people it's not that good because at least
it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
It's not like it's purposeful.
Yes.
At this like this our own, it was unavoidable, and maybe many people out there it was unavoidable.
Yeah.
It's not like you purposely. Yeah, it's on purpose because it's you that packed your bag and left, right? But you knew it was just for a brief moment. But even at that, it still comes with its own challenges. So now I know there are many parts to the challenge, like in terms of house maintenance and maybe help during your dad's funeral, like you mentioned, but
cooking.
So what was the most challenging? But okay, now what I want to ask is, has there ever been a time that you just woke up and say, this thing has to end now? Like, it has to end now. You need to come back, or this marriage is over.
No,
has there been any point to, oh God?
What? December. Yeah. Don't know. Where they look up. I don't understand. Yeah, I'm near.
But yeah, I can't forward it. Good. Now let's continue. So I was asking, has there ever been a time you just woke up and said, today I'm going to pick up my phone and I'm going to call her. If you don't come back, this marriage is over. It's either you come back or you come out.
I can't say that. I can't do that because
why?
It was a unanimous agreement for you to travel. So I gave the consent. So why would I call you and say come back? Whereas I know the purpose. I was part of the purpose.
do you know why I ask that question? Because when I'm here, the most thing that you'll be hearing is, why don't you go home? What if he marries another wife? What if he has a girlfriend? What if by the time you go by, you see somebody's already there and stuff like that? And then some people were saying it out of, should I say, the goodness of their heart or their content?
In order to keep your marriage safe.
But me, I have some responses that I used to tell those people. So, in your case, did you have any? Is it comments of that sort?
The comments, my dad was the one that always said that. Go and visit her. But I won't go. My dad was always afraid. Anytime I will be on phone or we are together, he will, have you heard from her? How is she doing? Do and go. So that she would not marry another person. I said that we know ourselves. We know ourselves. So if you know the person that you're in a relationship or you are married to, there are some certain fears that you will not have. Yeah. Even when you are doing the long distance relationship, certainly in Port Harcourt to Akwa Ibom, there's never a point or a day that you came to Akwa Ibom, you will come and meet another person or you will hear any cho-cho-cho. Or there's never a time that I will visit Port Harcourt and I will hear any cho-cho-cho. Even at some point, I will stay with the neighbors and keeping my ears down. Nobody.
You have finally confessed.
Nobody will tell me.
You have finally.
See, Ogasi waiting the sup, that kind of thing. They will be ready to tell your husband waiting the sup.
Yeah, that one did.
Because even in a compound that you live, it's not everybody, that loves
that
you.
Will support your
that
nonsense.
Will support your nonsense.
It's not everybody that will support your nonsense.
If during the period of 1 year that I stay in Akwa Ibom and you were here, I did mean that I did any fishy things. Not be you for even the ask person. Because me, I know as a woman, you will be inquisitive to ask. After waiting that man they do. I beg tell me.
Yeah, they don't have that strength of you. Who get that kind of thing?
Not be you go even
have
bother yourself to even ask. Now person go pick phone say this one way they send money give that guy or wetin they do for her and I don't even know. So wetin the guy they do. Yesterday, now so then go just describe the woman in a way be say at some point you don't get that kind of shape. So that when say this matter is a very serious matter. So myself, I don't have any fear when it comes to the wife that I marry because yes, at some point there is that level.
That's how good I am.
That level of trust. And I believe that if there is anything that I don't love someone to do to me, that me myself I should not do it also to
another person. Yeah,
that is my own philosophy. And if I give everything to you, I give my heart to you, but
how will you give your heart to me? What will pump your blood?
When I realize that you are playing pranks on me, I may not get it. I may get it very difficult to should I say forgive or forget?
They all join.
All join. So that is why I'm always careful. I'm always careful because I want the best for my wife. I want the best for my children. Yes, I want my children to come and have this. To come into a family, a well-established family that they can call their home, where we support them to grow and we direct them in the right course. Do you know that if you lack parental guidance, it's worrisome.
It is. That's true.
Yeah, it will gives you some limitations in life. Where maybe the fatherly role or motherly role supposed to play in, and and there is no one to you may be stuck up in the journey of life. So we pray for the best for our own children, so that the challenges that we face as family, they will not face them. So you get my point.
I get your point. You're talking to your viewers.
So that is it.
Okay.
When once you love someone, you will not betray that person.
Another question is, okay, so we've talked about
The challenges.
some of the challenges. So the aspect I want to, how do staying apart means one and many other things, which is, should I say it? Which is equal. So, how did you feel about equal all that time?
All that time. So anytime I feel that I'm supposed to have you around, is the time that I will, because we will be on phone, we talk at some points. I will get it off my mind. The best thing is just to get it off your mind.
So sweet.
When, because definitely you will be with this person for good.
That's it.
Yeah, so.
Because for me, what I used to tell people is that I tell people that's not the main issue. It doesn't mean, when I tell people that's not my problem, it doesn't. I think that's some people get me wrong in that aspect when I say it's not my problem. It doesn't mean I don't feel like it. It just means that this is something I can control.
Yep.
It's not like hunger that if you don't eat it, if you don't eat food, your body will start shaking. Like everywhere will be. In fact, you won't even be able to walk. But this is an action.
Yeah, you
that
have control over it.
Like full control. Full control about it. And because that time we talked about it, and we talked about so many things were just happening at the same time. It wasn't even something we should. And then even when I was even trying to, let's see if I'll be able to come do your dad's funeral, before you know it, this one entered, and then we were just doing a lot of things at the same time.
I even ask you not to come because comparing the rate of expenses that you will incur to come and attend the burial. So at some point, it needs understanding, because even the co-require aspect is something that, as a man, you will feel like, but so many responsibility, even the leadership responsibility in the church, when you consider all those things, you will even advise yourself not to. not to misbehave.
Not to misbehave.
Yes, not to misbehave, because as a leader, so many people are looking up to you. If they hear that they caught a tete in one hotel with so, because one girl can just be funny to cast you. At some point, she may know that she has nothing to lose. She fit cast you, say if she cast you, you don't cast, and now you will be like a money bank, because when she have those evidence, anytime where you no one treat her where she go treating you, say, I will release this video, I will do this. So what will you do at that point? So at that point you will get stopped. So it's better you don't even get into it, because if you get into it, it may be difficult for you to opt out.
Yeah, that's very true. One day I was having like an extended conversation with somebody. I tell you, there are so many stages in this journey that you can say no. Stop. First of all, you pick up your phone, right? And then you call this person, or this person call you. And then the two of you decide where to meet, either in your house or in his house or in a hotel. That's a third party place. Then you now get up, close your door, change your clothes. So that's a point for you to say, no, I can't do this.
It's a process now.
And then you move from your house, maybe you walk or you take a taxi or you drive, and then you get to the hotel. And then both of you are in the hotel. You meet at the reception. That's another point to also say, no, I can't do this thing. Then you move from the hotel, and then you go to, let's say, the room.
Because the person that you are going to meet is not your brother.
You go to the room, right? You open the door. Before you even close the door, there is another point to say, oh, I can't do this. And then you move from closing the door, locking it, to removing because you're not going to do it with your full clothes on, except you walk naked to the place. That's when we know you are really mad. Now you pass by all these stages, and then you now say that, oh, it's because my wife is not here. or it's because my husband is not here. It's a choice, like a very voluntary choice that you make. That's why I tell people it's a voluntary choice. So if you want to go and have an affair because your wife is not there, your wife or her presence is never the reason. It is the choice that you made. If she on her own is going to have an affair because your husband is not here, or you think nobody is looking out for you, it is your choice. There's no reason. There's no reason. There's no excuse. Even if you want to give an excuse, that person that is not there is never your excuse.
Another thing
just
is that
look for your own excuse.
During that period, it's not that girls would not, like.
And that's also another problem.
Because they will come. Despite the fact that they know that you are married.
Yeah, because you know very well that this person is married, right? Like the other girl, she was sending the messages on Facebook. And then when I took up the chat to start chatting, you are now asking, is your wife not there? So you know the wife is there. And by this time of the night, he is supposed to be with the wife, but you are sending messages. And I am responding. You didn't even know it was a wife that was responding to your messages.
So the thing is that as a man, you need to have self-control. Not that they will not come. As far as you be fine, Bobo, they will always find.
So for your man now, you will find.
Not beside fine. No, they will always find a way out to get in touch with you. But you need to control whatsoever you are doing.
Okay.
You need to respect your marriage as well.
Well. I think that's all we are going to stop for the day or today's episode. So the next episode of Family Together will be a story time of how we met, right? Yeah. Because I'm still telling you that you have to do a proposal. You see,
I know now. Am I going to do it twice?
You didn't do the first.
Maybe off the mic first.
You did not do the first.
Maybe off the mic first. Later.
No, you need to do a
We will talk about
proposal.
it now.
No,
Don't worry now.
I've already told you in the secret that I did not accept that first one.
I don't hear now. I did
not accept that first proposal.
That's why anything for Her Excellency, I'm going to do.
You have to do it again. So stay tuned for that story. You will hear.
You'll be calling the first one, no?
Two, it was not my size.